Soft serve. This is the ice cream you see swirling out of a machine at a fair or a fast food window. It has more air whipped into it than regular ice cream, which gives it that light, almost fluffy texture. The machine keeps it at just the right temperature so it holds its shape but melts almost instantly on your tongue. It was popularized in the 1930s and quickly became the standard for anything served in a cone from a window. Hard ice cream. This is what most people picture when they hear the word ice cream. It is churned and then frozen solid, usually stored at a much colder temperature than soft serve. The lower air content makes it denser and richer, and it scoops into firm, round balls. It is the default for ice cream parlors and grocery store tubs, and it comes in every flavor imaginable. Gelato. This Italian style uses more milk and less cream than American ice cream, and it is churned slowly so very little air gets in. The result is something thicker, silkier, and often more intensely flavored. It is also served slightly warmer, so your tongue picks up the taste faster. You will find it in small shops across Italy, displayed in metal tins and paddled flat with a spade. Sorbet. This one contains no dairy at all. It is made from fruit, sugar, and water, churned until smooth and frozen. The texture is light and granular, closer to a snow cone but far more refined. It is often served between courses at restaurants to clear the palate, and it is the go-to option for anyone who cannot eat lactose. Sherbet. This sits somewhere between ice cream and sorbet. It is fruit-based like sorbet, but a small amount of milk or cream is added to give it a softer, slightly richer body. It is brighter in color than most ice creams and has a tangy, refreshing quality. Orange and rainbow sherbet were especially popular in American supermarkets during the 1970s and 1980s. Frozen custard. This style originated in the Midwest of the United States and is legally required to contain egg yolks. The eggs give it a smoother, almost pudding-like texture and a faint yellow tint. It is typically served fresh from the machine, much like soft serve, but it feels heavier and more luxurious on the palate. Wisconsin and the surrounding states treat it as a regional specialty. Frozen yogurt. This became a mainstream alternative in the 1980s when people started looking for lighter dessert options. It is made with yogurt instead of cream, so it has a tart, slightly sour edge that regular ice cream does not. The live cultures in the yogurt do not survive the freezing process, so the health benefits are minimal, but the taste remains distinct. Self-serve shops with topping bars built an entire industry around it. Dondurma. This is Turkish ice cream, and it behaves like almost no other dessert in the world. It is thickened with salep, a flour made from orchid roots, and mastic, a resin that gives it an elastic, stretchy quality. Vendors in Istanbul tease customers by pulling the ice cream away on long paddles, stretching it like taffy. It resists melting even in the summer heat and has a chewy, almost gummy texture. Kulfi. This comes from the Indian subcontinent and is one of the oldest frozen desserts still made today. It is not churned at all. Instead, milk is simmered down until thick and caramelized, then mixed with flavors like cardamom, pistachio, or mango, and frozen in narrow metal molds. The result is dense, grainy, and slow to melt. It is sold on sticks by street vendors and has a richness that feels closer to frozen fudge than to Western ice cream. Mochi ice cream. This is a Japanese-American creation where a small ball of ice cream is wrapped in a thin layer of sweet rice dough called mochi. The outside is soft and slightly chewy, while the inside stays cold and creamy. It was invented in the 1980s in Los Angeles and became popular because it is easy to eat with your hands and comes in neat, bite-sized portions. Rolled ice cream. This is a theatrical style that started on the streets of Thailand and later spread to food courts and viral videos. A liquid ice cream base is poured onto an extremely cold metal plate, mixed with toppings, spread thin, and then scraped into tight curls with a metal spatula. The rolls are stacked vertically in a cup and topped with fruit or cookies. The texture is firmer than scooped ice cream, and the appeal is as much visual as it is edible. Nitrogen ice cream. This is made by pouring a standard ice cream base into a mixing bowl and blasting it with liquid nitrogen at -196°C. The nitrogen vaporizes on contact, creating dramatic clouds of white smoke. The extreme cold freezes the mixture almost instantly, which produces unusually small ice crystals and an exceptionally smooth, creamy texture. It is popular at modern dessert bars where the process is performed in front of the customer. Dairy-free ice cream. This category has exploded in recent years as alternatives to cow's milk have become common. Bases made from coconut, oat, almond, cashew, or soy each bring their own character. Coconut gives a fatty richness, oat provides a neutral creaminess, and almond keeps things lighter. The challenge for makers is replicating the smooth mouthfeel of dairy without the saturated fat structure that cream provides naturally. Modern versions have become remarkably convincing. Spaghetti ice cream. This is a German novelty where vanilla ice cream is pressed through a potato ricer or spetzel maker to create thin strands that look exactly like pasta. The strands are piled on a plate and usually covered with strawberry sauce to mimic tomato sauce, and white chocolate shavings to look like Parmesan. It was invented in 1969 by an Italian immigrant in Germany and remains a nostalgic favorite at ice cream parlors across the country. Affogato. This is not quite a flavor and not quite a drink. A single scoop of vanilla ice cream or gelato is placed in a small cup, and a shot of hot espresso is poured directly over it. The heat of the coffee melts the ice cream slightly, creating a cold, bitter, sweet puddle at the bottom. It is technically a beverage, technically a dessert, and technically the best of both. You will find it on Italian menus and increasingly at specialty coffee shops everywhere.